Hello traders, day trader Matt here, EminiTradingPit.com, and today I wanted to go over what we actually did on yesterday, the 6th of September, which was Tuesday, and we had a very good day. So I wanted to go over it, talk about a couple things, and just highlight a couple areas that we did pretty well on. So, not every day is going to be a successful day. Not every day is going to produce a positive point value. That's not really what traders can strive for. Some days are going to be more of a grind, some days are going to be easier, and some days are going to be very difficult. That's just part of trading. But today we did 52.75 points. We were 7 for 1, which is phenomenal. Like today is one of those days where it's just great. So you definitely can celebrate a day like this a little bit, but not too much. So, you really want your highs to be kind of near the middle. You want your lows to be near the middle. That's kind of what being a trader is. So, well, at least it is in my mind. So what we did is, market opened over here. It did come up, it did come back down, and I got a long right at 933 at 39.35. So right in here, price did go up in my favor. I was able to take partial profit and then get tagged out for a 1 tick or a quarter point on the remainder. So that was a very quick trade. Price did come down, and a minute later I got long again at 39.34 half. So slightly lower than last time. And I was able to write that up. Partial profits again got tagged out at a quarter point. So that was also a very quick trade. And as it came down, I ended up getting long half a point lower at 39.34, and I was able to write that up to get again partial profits and get tagged out for a quarter point on that. Now after that, I don't really even want to enter a trade again, and I was a little bit hesitant to enter that third trade, but it did work out for partial profits and then 1 tick. 1 tick is kind of like once we hit our partial, I move my stop up to 1 tick, and price either goes or it doesn't. In this case, 3 very quick trades. I view that as a grind, especially if all of your trades are like that. But anyway, price did start to roll over, start to break down. It broke this low, which once it breaks the low, it's something that I would rather not be a part of. So once it broke, it came down, chopped around a little bit, and I was wanting to be on the short side at this point, but we kept watching. We didn't get filled at all on this move here, and just kept kind of watching price, and ended up taking a short up here. Ended up taking a short at 39.13 half, which was actually right here. In hindsight, that was a pretty decent area. In real time, you kind of have to really look at and pick your spots. Day trading is the most difficult form of trading, in my opinion. But we were able to take partial, and then we got tagged out for a quarter point or 1 tick, and then price started coming up a little more, and that's why I usually do keep a couple levels on my chart. If you've been in the room, I'll keep a couple levels there just because I don't want to be surprised, and if I am surprised, it means I can't take a trade. Just because if you don't have the level already, you kind of just have to wait. Just like my rule, like if I'm pulling out into traffic and there's a car coming and I hesitate, then I wait for that car to go by, and then I can do something. It's the same concept in trading. So anyway, price did bounce, and it bounced into a zone that I was really looking for to short. I didn't really know if it was going to come straight up to it, but once this happened here, I figured, okay, there's a very good chance it can. Let me throw in my order and see what happens. So my order was at 19 half, 39.19 half, and I was able to take partial profits, and then price started to run lower, and I was able to move my stop down accordingly. And I was able to actually move it down quite a bit. So, definitely excited about that, about being able to move my stop down. And then I got tagged out over here actually. As price did break down, I moved my stop down kind of aggressively, and I got tagged out at 96 half. So 38.96 half. That was a fantastic trade. So, definitely happy about that. And then started seeing signs of support. So, and seeing signs of support, I really wanted to try to get long. And that's what I did over here. And I was a little aggressive on that. So I got long at 38.92 half right here. And obviously I got stopped out on that. So, sometimes that happens. And when I'm up a ton, I can be a little bit aggressive on one trade. And if I get stopped out on it, something else is happening. I kind of just have to reevaluate what's going on. So, price came down, I did get tagged out, and it really forced me to kind of watch things and see what's going on. And then over here, once I got stopped out, price came down a little more, and then it started to bounce a little, and then it came down, and I threw in a long at 91, 38.91. And you can see that it actually did work out partial, and I was able to move my stop up a little bit to 38.95, which was right up here when price started moving up. And especially when it hit this area, I moved my stop up, and then it did come back down. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens. And then it came down here, but as it was coming down, I was on the sidelines. And, yeah, it would have been great if I picked this up here, but that's in real time, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for a move off of this. It didn't happen, but once it came back down, it bounced up quite aggressively and actually started looking pretty decent. And then it came back down here, and once it popped here, I was like, okay, well, something else is definitely playing out. It had a nice move up here. It was supporting here, even though it was a little bit erratic, and it did come down a little more than what I was anticipating. But the market's going to be the market. That's what it is. Market's going to be the market and do what it's going to do. So anyway, I started looking at levels once it started bouncing here, and started looking at what I was already looking at. And as it comes down, I knew I wanted to be long. So I threw in my long trade, and as it's bouncing, as it comes down here, I got long at 3,900 quarter, which was right here. So I got long right there at 3,900 quarter. I was able to take partial profit, and then price started working in my favor. And that's when the real trade turns into something great, is when price just starts working in your favor, and all you have to do is move your stop up. And that's kind of an art and a science in itself, is moving your stop up. Do you get too aggressive? Do you play it too conservatively? How do you do that? And that is something you just learn with experience, really. I think. but I teach that in the trading course, because intuition can be learned, intuition can be honed. All of that can be learned. Every skill of trading can be learned. Despite what people tell you, oh, he's trading on intuition. Yeah, you can actually learn that, but it's difficult to realize that that's what you're trading on, is just experience and knowing this pattern is usually doing this is doing that. It's difficult to know that sometimes, and for a lot of people it's difficult to convey that. But if you look at a couple things, you can kind of tell, and you can teach yourself how to do that. So anyway, with this trade here, I'm moving my stop up and just looking at things as it gets here. I know I'm wanting to be a little more aggressive, so I have my stop in this area here, and as it starts to move up, once it makes a high over this high, I'm like, okay, I'm being as aggressive as possible with my stop, and it's either going to go or it's not. So I move my stop up here, and once price does come down, it does support it a little bit, but then it comes down and tags me out, and that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with that. That was a fantastic trade from 3,900 quarter all the way up to 3,930. So that was a great trade. I'm happy with that. Just like this short from here all the way down to here, that was a great trade as well. Those two trades really are what made this day phenomenal. And that 52.75 points, just a great day. And I don't always catch moves. Like you can see this move here, I did not catch. I was not a part of. I was a part of this move. I was not a part of that move there. I was a part of this move. So I don't always catch every single move, and that's not my job. As day traders, our job is to catch a lot of moves, but not every single one. I'm not trying to be in the market all the time. Today I was in the market quite a bit, but I was just moving my stop up and riding it. And those are great trades, and it's a great day to trade. In hindsight, yeah, this day was beautiful. But that's not our job, is to be in the market all the time. Our job is to catch the trades that are part of our setup and trade them. And whatever that turns into is what it turns into. So anyway, hopefully that made sense and you got something out of the video. You can always comment below if you got something out, or maybe there's another way you would want to see how the day went. But I just wanted to highlight this, talk about it a little bit. Hope if you enjoyed it, check out the website EminiTradingPit.com. I'm going to have a free video series coming out, and once I get that hooked up, I'm probably going to throw out one video in the next couple days, and then throw out some more later on. But just I'm wanting to do like a free video series just to kind of talk about trading and this and that. And really, in trading, the more bad habits you develop, the harder it is, the more difficult it is to actually be a successful trader. Just because there's so much information out there, it's easy to gravitate to all the free information, but then you're start to pick up some bad habits here and there, and then once you get enough bad habits, it just becomes very difficult. It becomes very difficult when you have one bad habit, but when you have multiple, it does become difficult. So anyway, check out the site if you want to. If not, that's fine. Throw a thumbs up on the video if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. I'd appreciate that feedback. So anyway, with that, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you around the markets. Have a great one.